What's going on, everybody? Jimmy G here. Just bored off my butt, and winter's here, and it's horrible. There's snow everywhere. I just went out and had to shovel a spot for my wife to get home from work today, and there was a whole new foot from where they plowed the street and pushed it right back into our parking spot. So yeah, I had to do all that, and then I can't park up in the driveway because the driveway's too steep, so the bottom of the car hits. The Jeep fits up there, but the car doesn't. So, but that's not why I come here today. Actually, I wanted to talk with you all about some of you all freaked out about my pet snakes that I absolutely love and adore. They're wonderful animals, and I wanted to take a minute to share with you and give you guys something that you can take away, which is knowledge, because a lot of fear is based on, and I'm not calling you guys ignorant, but not knowing and ignorance of a certain thing. So let's get right into it. I'll show you guys two snakes that I have now, and then I'll make a separate video of my other two snakes, and give you the ins and outs of what they are, and everything that entails in taking care of them. So be right back. All right, the first snake we got here is my baby Nagla. She is a Central American red-tailed boa. She is about 6 months old. She's the smallest snake I have. She's not the shortest, but she's the smallest. As sheer diameter goes. She's a really sweet reptile. She eats frozen thawed rats right now, just little ones. They're called rat pups. They're not weaned. They're the ones without fur on them. They're basically newborns. Is what she eats right now. And she has a real sweet disposition, real great temperament. She is a boa constrictor, which means that there's different types of snakes. There's colubrids, there's pythons, there's constrictors, and then in each class, pythons, constrictors, colubrids, all those, they have different subcategories. And she is a boa constrictor, which is the smaller of the two species of constrictors. There's imperators, and then the constrictors, and she's a constrictor. Now she'll only get about 6 foot long, and it'll take her a couple years to get that big, but 3 years she should be full grown and enjoying life. But she's really sweet. As you can see, I can bonk her nose. She doesn't really mind too much. I mean, she pulls away, but she doesn't bite, and I can hold her head and pet her head, and see that? She's great. Right now she makes her home in a 10-gallon aquarium. I've got a log in there that she sleeps under, and to get out of the light. Her temperature has to be around 90 degrees during the day, about 78 at night. So we do pretty good with that. Has to be humid. You have to every day go in there and squirt a little bit of water. I use a misting bottle for that, and you have to have a bowl of water in there for them to drink, and sometimes she'll soak in it. She's not too crazy about it though, but she will soak in it from time to time when it's a little too dry or a little too warm for her. We have her aquarium sitting in front of the window, so if the sun's beating straight down on it, you'll find her in the aquarium in the water bowl trying to cool down. So usually I'll go over and turn her light off until the sun moves, and then she's fine. But she's a sweet little cutie. I mean, she is wonderful. This is her substrate. It is cypress. Really good stuff. That's what I keep her in. And she's wonderful. She eats about once a week, which they don't even have to eat that. They can eat once a month, sometimes even longer. It just depends on the snake, but mine like to eat once a week. And the only time she doesn't eat is when she sheds. Now, before she sheds, she goes into what's called, they go blue. And when they go blue, their eyes change. She's got really beautiful eyes, and right now she's more interested in kissing the camera. But they have really beautiful eyes, and when they go blue, their eyes will actually change color to like a blue color. Not quite sky blue, but more of a powder blue. And you could still see through the blue into their natural color. And here what it is they don't have eyelids. They can't blink their eyes. So what they do is they have scales or skin that actually covers the eye and keeps it moist and protected. Well, when they shed, the eye cap will actually come off as well. Now, when they go blue, they'll stay like that for about a week. She will not eat if she gets right into blue. A couple days before blue, she won't eat. I'll know that instantly that she's going to start shedding soon if she won't eat, because she's a pretty hardy eater. But her eyes will go blue, and then her skin starts to dry out, and you have to keep spritzing her and keep her moist. And I like to give them baths. I'll put her in a container with about 90-degree water, and just let her soak and just relax. Anything that feels warm to us is going to feel great to her. She's cold-blooded, so she draws her heat and energy from the water or the lights or surrounding whatever, and that helps to loosen the skin up so they can actually slough it off. I will have to show you in one of my later videos about my big boa, her skin that she shed, and I put pictures up on Facebook, so a lot of people have seen it and they commented on it. But yeah, this is Nagla, and she is my baby, and she is wonderful. She doesn't bite. She's sweet. I can go in the middle of the night and just get her and wake her up and bring her out, and she's great. So oh yeah, back onto the shedding. As soon as she's done shedding, usually within the next day she wants to eat. So I keep her fed and keep her happy, and try my best. But that's her, and there's no reason to be scared of them. She cannot hurt me any way, shape, or form. Even if she bites me, it doesn't really hurt. Her teeth are like needles. And right now they're not even a quarter of an inch long. So, it would just go through the top layer of my skin, and that would be about it. But she doesn't bite. She's super friendly. So, yep, that's Nagla. So, the next one that I'm going to show you is Lucky. Now, this is Lucky. This is a completely different type of snake altogether. This is a ball python, or a royal python. They come from Africa. Oh, the Lucky, Central America, duh, but he's real jumpy. He don't like his head being booped at all. But he does not bite. He's just basically superstitious. He does not like to have his head touched. But you can rub his whole body, and they call him a ball python for a reason. That's it. Right there. This is basically a pet rock. This is all he does, is lay in a ball. If he gets hot in his aquarium, he'll move around. This guy actually loves to soak. He soaks every day, whether it's too hot or not. So he does pretty good at staying moist and dry. Moist and hydrated. There's his head poking out through my fingers. Now, if I turn him over, hopefully he does it to where I expose his head. See, he's getting a little bit better. I startled him at first, but I can stretch him out. Now, he is the shortest snake I have. He is only about 14 inches long. He's about 6 months old as well. We call him Lucky because we got him from a place in Columbus that just horrible conditions that he was living in, and we rescued him. And the cool part about Lucky is I think he believes in aliens, because Lucky has aliens on his skin. Would you hold still so I can show him your aliens? Right there. Then he's got a face over here too. Oh, there, my finger's in the way. But he sheds just like Nagla does, and this guy right here does miss meals every once in a while. Ball pythons are real picky eaters. He will go sometimes 3 weeks without eating. If he don't want to eat, he's not going to eat, and you can't make him. With these guys, you have to make sure their food is warm, because right there in his nose, there's little marks going along the side of his nose. I'm trying to stay in the light here. Right there on his bottom lip, or his top lip, there's 3 little pits right there. Okay, those are heat sensing organs, heat ducts. And not only does he see with these eyes, but he also sees temperature. And if you put a cold rat in there that you've thawed out and it's still cold, he won't eat it. He won't have no part of it. You have to actually heat it up to where it's almost body temperature, and he will see it, and boom, that's it. But he's actually really active right now. See, you go to touch his head, and he does not like having his face touched. But I handle my snakes every day. I get them out for a few minutes every day, and I love on them. And, we have a pretty good relationship. They don't bite. Even my snakes that I have that are known to bite, no, I have not been bit. I've been snapped at a couple times for food responses, because if you get in the way of their food, they will bite, but they're not trying to bite you. They're trying to grab their food. He's trying to climb right now. But they call these guys royal pythons for a reason. African kings and queens would put loops in their clothing, just like a little loop in their clothing, and they would fish the snake through, and a snake would just hang there in a ball, and they would wear it as part of their decorations. And there's many, many different types of morphs or skin colors, the bandings, markings on them vary from different morphs. You get bumblebees, you get leucistics, just tons of different types. He is a normal ball, and that means this is what you would normally find in the wild. Now, the other morphs, they come from the wild too, and some of them are actually new morphs that have never been seen. But they started breeding guys like Lucky with one that was, slightly different to produce a different offspring, and they keep it up until you get a completely different looking snake. It's still the same size and everything else. But he'll get about 4 foot long. He's not a very big snake. Wonderful. He'll get a nice big fat body on him, but he'll stay reasonably small. So there you go. No reason to be scared of this guy. He can't hurt you. He'll never be able to hurt you. So, thanks for watching.